Good evening. This Tuesday, June 7th, is primary election day. There are several very important issues on the ballot affecting the gay and lesbian community in San Francisco. Therefore, we'll be covering those issues, but later in the program. First, however, in local news, the Harvey Milk Memorial Mural was unveiled last week, the only such memorial honoring the assassinated progressive gay leader in San Francisco. We spoke with Johanna Poethig, the artist and muralist for the project.
The Harvey Milk Memorial Mural was conceived last year. The wall of the building was noticed by my dear friend Rick Terry as he passed by one day, and he said, oh, that would be the perfect site for a mural. So he approached me and said, hey, I'm a muralist. So he approached me and said, what do you think about doing a mural in that building? So I said, okay, that's great. So at a certain point, Rick Terry, who has AIDS, became too ill to really continue the project, so I continued working on the project. I designed the mural, I went around the community, I went to the Harvey Milk archives and talked to people in the building, et cetera, and came up with a design which I then presented to the clubs, Harvey Milk Democratic Club, the archives, the community, door to door, and then I had to take it to the Rec and Park Commission to get permission to paint it on this building. I had the funding already from the Mayor's Office of Community Development. So when I brought it to the commission, unfortunately, one of the neighbors here who lives right across from my original site, which faced over DeVos Park, the then Deputy Mayor Rotea Guilford told me that in no way would he ever support this mural. He hates murals, he thinks they're graffiti, and so he went to the Park and Rec Commission with a neighbor of his and strongly opposed this project. So the Park and Rec Commission basically 2-to-1 voted it down, and they said they would review it and come back in a month. So next month I came back, I had support from the community, I had people speaking for me, and they voted it down again. And during
this was part of the Feinstein regime?
Part of the Feinstein regime, yeah. Rotea lives right over there, and he had voiced to the mayor he didn't want it. But the point was that he and his neighbors didn't mind if I did it on this site, which faced away from the homes. So the second time I went to Rec and Park, I said, fine, I'll do it on this site. It's less, I consider it less of a good site because of the visibility, but it's still a good site. I'll do it on that site. They voted me down again. So but they said you can bring it to the full commission and see how the full commission votes. There are 7 people on the full commission and 3 people on the small committee. During this time, there were a lot of articles that came out, about 14 in the Examiner and the Chronicle, like Harvey Milk's murals, Kifo, Harvey Milk mural rejected by Park panel, finally, I went to the full commission, and at this point I had gone door to door, got 300 signatures, had tons of people at the meeting speaking for the mural. I had all the staff at Park and Rec in favor of it. One in particular, Al Schaff, really speaking out for the mural. He lives in the neighborhood as well. And basically I won it by 1 vote. 3 people. I mean, it was quite exciting because it was like 3-3, and then the last commissioner voted for it. The mural depicts Harvey in the pose of him. It was a picture taken of him at the 1978 Gay Freedom Day parade as he was riding in the car after his victory with his arms outstretched, and all the photos I got from the Harvey Milk archives. When talking to people who knew Harvey, many people mentioned that he had been a clown. He had a particular clown outfit, and that they wanted to see him that way, but because of the personality he had, and so I also put him on the shoulders of himself as a clown in the mural to show the lighter side and the kind of jovial character that he had. And another request was to put his dog in, the kid. The mural in the overall is a joyous mural. I wanted to show the joy of the victory, of Harvey Milk's victory, but this little corner shows the tragedy of his death. reminds us of the candlelight vigil that took place, where the 40,000 people got out and marched. And also it speaks of the, the current tragedy of people with AIDS and the candlelight vigil we've had. One of the figures there, the man on the right, is my friend Rick Terry, who originally was the person who thought of doing this mural on this building. So I want him to be remembered as well for having done that, for having conceived of it.
Full-color posters of the mural are now available in local book and card shops. If your store is not carrying the poster, ask them to do so, or you can obtain a poster by calling the Mural Resource Center at 863-1414.